Philippine basketball folks, we bring you your continuing coverage of the MPBL's 5th season. Ito po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, coming to you live from the Baliwag Star Arena in Bulacan. And it is the third game of your MPBL Friday featuring Chino Mosqueda and the Muntinlupa Cagers, who are looking to get their third straight victory tonight against Renz Algoriza and the Bulacan Cuyas, who are looking to avoid a 6-game losing streak on the other end. It is Muntinlupa versus Bulacan, as we thank you for joining us, folks. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Nico Salva and Sheila Salaysay. Now, Nico, this is a bit of a general question. No? If you're Bulacan, you have a 5-game losing streak, but you're on your home floor.
Yep.
How much pride should you have in order to get this victory?
Well, it's you just have to give it your all. Especially you're in your home court, you're in a 5-game losing streak. You have to start to get things going right here, right now.
I had to ask that because this crowd of Bulacan, it's not the loudest crowd here in the MPBL. They surely want the fire coming from their team, no, dito sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. And so, let's see what we can get from the Bulacan Cuyas tonight. We thank you for joining us, folks, live on MPTV Channel 98 on Signal TV. Also, in our live streams on Facebook and on YouTube. Balikan natin yung previous game ng Muntinlupa Cagers. It was their second straight victory, and it happened in Quezon Province, 4 hours down south, winning by 6 versus Negros.
Before this game, Muntinlupa came off a big win versus Jensen, and then they followed it up with another win against Negros. They had a big third quarter, scoring 28 points and 11 lamang para sa Negros. And in this game, they had 52 points from the bench. Big contribution from their bench.
Well, itong Muntinlupa, merong magandang combination yan ng veterans, no, and young guns. Sabi nga ni Chad Alonzo, they usually start with the veterans to kind of dictate the pace of the game, and then energy boosters naman yung kanilang youngsters.
Oh, as we can see, yung youngsters nila giving 52 points from the bench here. They shot very good 48% from the field. Not so good sa 3 points. 2 out of 18, 11%, and a decent 21 points sa fast break.
That's all you need. You don't have to live and die with a 3-point shot if you're the Muntinlupa Cagers. On the other end, the Bulacan Cuyas, maganda na sana yung kanilang simula, no, sa kanilang previous outing, but they did lose that previous matchup of theirs against Bacolod by only 1 point.
Oh, this is the game that they controlled. They were up most of the game. They even led by 12 in this game. And this is just a tough game for them. They lost by 1 point against Bacolod.
Well, the shooting was good for Bulacan, but most of those shots went in the first half. No, marvelous effort from Jerry Fabian and company just wasn't enough against Val Chauca and the rest of Bacolod.
Oh, Bacolod shot a little bit better than them. 48%, 42 lamang para sa Bulacan. Though they shot well from the 3-point line, 10 out of 29, 34%. They were dominated in the paint. 48 points yung Bacolod and 47 points mula sa bench ng Bacolod.
So the question is, how much pride are we going to see from the Bulacan Cuyas tonight as they try to defend their home court for the 5th time in the season? They currently have a record of 2-2 here inside the Star Arena. And now, Nico, we have 2 players to watch out for in tonight's ball game. 2 shooting guards at that. It is Chino Mosqueda versus Renz Algoriza.
It's a good matchup. You see Chino Mosqueda, two-way player, able to score, able to defend. Ganun na rin si Algoriza.
10 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists for Chino Mosqueda, 7-3, and 1.5 naman on the other end for Renz Algoriza. Kasama sila ni Sheila Salaysay.
Yes, Miss. Let me ask first, Chino. Chino, you can definitely shoot from any areas in the court. Pero paano mo ba malulusutan itong depensa ni Renz na alam natin na ito ang strength niya?
Siguro susunod lang ako lagi naman sumusunod lang ako sa game plan namin. May tiwala ako sa game plan namin as a team and sa turo ng mga coaches.
Maraming salamat. Good luck. Punta naman ako kay Renz. Renz, matibay ang babantayan mo. Pero paano mo ba malilimatahan itong puntos ni Chino?
Siguro kailangan kong mag-double effort lalo-lalo sa defense. Siyempre yung offense darating din yun. And kailangan daw namin mag-stick sa sa play namin para makuha yung panalo natin.
Maraming salamat, gentlemen. Good luck, Chino Mosqueda, of course, and Renz Algoriza. Kaya umpisahan na natin itong larong ito. Ipasok ko na sa ating venue announcer, Richard Campos.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our main game here at the Star Arena, Baliwag City in the province of Bulacan. It's Muntinlupa versus your Bulacan Kuyas. Live on MPBL FB page, YouTube channel, MPTV Signal Channel 98, and will be shown on 1PH. This is the 2023 OK Bet Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 5, presented by Extreme. Let's carry on first. The starting five for Muntinlupa Cagers, Paramount Logistics. At guard number 2, Chino Mosqueda. Playing center number 7, Chad Alonso. At forward number 9, Oxford Ruaya. Starting at guard number 12, JL De Los Santos. At forward number 21, Val Acuna. Muntinlupa Cagers Paramount Logistics is led by Aldrin Morante. Assistant coaches Raymond Valenzuela, Al Vergara, J.R. Villanueva, and Jerry Andalion. Coaching consultants are Jack Asqueta and Joed Mendoza. Basketball operations head is Vince Harder. Team manager Kaiser Galvez. Team owners are attorney Jem C. and Aya Saicon. And now, the starting five for your Bulacan Kuyas. Playing center number 77, Daniel De Guzman. Power forward number 25, J.R. Raplores. At guard number 22, Renz Capulong. Starting at guard number 2, Renz Alcoriza. And at forward number 0, Jeric Fabian. Bulacan Kuyas is led by the Defense Minister Jericho Deniera, with the Derek Evangelista, Engineer Sherwin Aliado, Joseph Mabagos, Milos San Juan, Eman Puno, Richard Covarrubias, and Alex Sabri.
We give you the starters for Muntinlupa and Bulacan. It's JL De Los Santos, Chino Mosqueda, Chad Alonso, Ford Ruaya, and Val Acuna for the Cagers. And it's Renz Alcoriza, Renz Capulong, Daniel De Guzman, Jeric Fabian, and J.R. Flores for the Kuyas. Thank you for joining us, folks. This is Mix Gomez alongside 5-time UAAP champion, PBA champion, and SEA Games gold medalist, Nico Salva. And we also have our courtside reporter, that is Sheila Salaysay, for tonight. Nico, I want to get your thoughts about the starters of Muntinlupa. It's two youngsters, Chino Mosqueda and JL De Los Santos, alongside the ultimate veterans in Chad Alonso, Ford Ruaya, and Val Acuna.
It's a good balance between the youngsters and veterans, and we see Val Acuna showing that this lineup is a good combination with a three-pointer.
That's the first points of Val Acuna as a Muntinlupa Cager, as he was scoreless in the previous outing, 0 out of 5 from the field.
But we all know that Val is a three-point shooter. That is his calling card.
And the finals MVP here in the MPBL. J.R. Flores scores on the other end. 3-2, our early score. Bounce pass, good feed by De Los Santos to Chad Alonso.
It's a good pass by De Los Santos. De Los Santos had 12 points and 11 rebounds in their last outing. Also 5 assists and 4 steals.
An overall performance by JL to earn Best Player of the Game honors for Muntinlupa. 8 on the shot clock now. Bulacan in trouble. Renz Capulong, one of the newest additions. Ball ends up with Raflores. 2 on the shot clock. Good defense by Chad. Chance on the other end. Chino Mosqueda. That's the matchup of the night. Good block by Renz Alcoriza. It will be a baseline inbound for JL De Los Santos. Pinapalabas for Druaya. Short stab. That shot was short. 5-2. J.R. Flores, who top scored for them in the previous outing with 19, working with Renz Alcoriza. Alcoriza struggled on the other hand. He was scoreless versus Bacolod, but now he gets his first 2 points.
Using that burst of speed, freeing himself up.
Miscue on the other end. That's too much space and time for Val Acuña.
You can't leave Val Acuña that wide open. Everybody knows that he is a three-point shooter.
2 threes now for Val Acuña in this game. 7-4. Jeric Fabian on to Renz Capulong. That guy caught fire in the previous outing. He misses. Capulong was 3 out of 4 from downtown with 11 points in the previous game as Acuña stays aggressive.
Very aggressive. 6 points now. And drawing a foul. Earning 2 free throws.
Now this 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. No defender near Val Acuña whatsoever. Complete miscommunication right there for Bulacan as Acuña proceeds to the line. He won his finals MVP award in the inaugural season of the MPBL when he was still playing for Batangas. Matagal-tagal na po yun as we are in season 5. And so, it is great to have him back here in our league. And by the way, the team that he beat in the finals was Muntinlupa, his team now. 10-4. Renz Capulong, the former Pampanga Giant Lantern. J.R. Flores overshoots that ball. One more try here. Flores, couple of fakes, no bounce.
2 attempts, no good for Loro Flores.
The other end, J.L. De Los Santos. Met by Capulong and Daniel De Guzman. Good hustle. Ball recovered by Muntinlupa. Cross court they go. Val Acuña, catch and fire. That's his first miss. Si Acuña, madali lang mag-release, no? Dahil jump shot din talaga.
Jump shot, and he's also tall. He's about 6'2", 6'3".
Mataas yung release. Hard to block. It's the same argument that our analysts say about JP Cawilan.
It's good defense by Chad Alonso.
Gino Mosqueda, lefty layup. Well, you talked about the good balance of veterans and youngsters in this starting 5 of Muntinlupa. It has paid off here in Bulacan so far.
Oh, you see the young guns running the floor while the veterans are sniping outside.
Early score, 11-4, 6.5 minutes in the opening quarter. Boy, that's not going to be an easy schedule for Bulacan. Break it down, Nico.
Oh, June 30, Zamboanga Family Brand Sardines. Sa July 6 naman, Powerhouse Pampanga. And pagdating ng July 14, San Juan Knights naman.
That is not looking good if you're Bulacan. Well, maganda na sana na may dalawa silang home game doon, no? Then again, they're going to have to come up with much more pride as they defend their home court. Twice against Zamboanga and Pampanga, respectively. After that, they visit the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. Chad Alonso working with Val Acuña. That's a lot of space already. Madali na yun para kay Val Acuña.
3 out of 4 from the 3-point line for Val Acuña.
Welcome back to the MPBL, Val Acuña. There's no timeout here.
Muntinlupa very happy with their new pickup in Val Acuña.
Ganun-ganun lang. Ganda rin ang pick ni Chad Alonso to set his shooter free. Acuña has more than doubled the scoring output of Bulacan in this game already. And again, this is his second game with Muntinlupa and he was scoreless in their previous outing. He did tell us na hindi naman daw siya nawala sa kondisyon, no? Itong si Val Acuña, tuloy-tuloy naman ang basketball sa kanya.
He looks like he's in shape.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're a shooter as compared to an athletic finisher, no?
Yeah.
In terms of taking care of your body, it's easier.
It's easier to score if you're an athletic player, you need to be in tip-top shape to be able to run and jump. But if you're a shooter until you're very old.
That's right. Jeremy Cruz now inside the game. One of the low-key players of the Bulacan Cuyas. Here come the Cuyas. Gilmer De La Torre onto Renz Alcoriza. Drive, turnover. It's been a worrisome first quarter so far for Bulacan. 3 turnovers so far for the home team. Chino with a good fake.
Mosqueda just out-muscling his defender, getting that inside position, able to finish.
13-point game. This match is the biggest lead of Muntinlupa in their previous outing versus Negros. Gilmer De La Torre onto J.R. Flores. No high-low. They go to Jeremy Cruz. 2 on the shot clock. He's in trouble. Shot clock violation.
De Guzman was asking for that high-low. He was even knocking on the floor.
Right?
That's the first time I've seen a player knock on the floor because he wanted the ball.
Is it the defense of Muntinlupa, or is there something wrong about the offense of Bulacan?
I think he was open in that high-low. It wasn't able to. They just didn't pass it to him.
17-4. Val Acuña, veteran to veteran. Back to the first veteran.
Woo.
And then the second veteran, Chad Alonzo with the finish.
It's good ball movement. The 2 very experienced players in Val Acuña and Chad Alonzo.
It was like a give and go times 2.
Oh.
19-4. What a start for Muntinlupa. Alcoriza with the escape.
Alcoriza trying to bring his team back.
Kabila, Cordruaya with some picks. Chad Alonzo. Acuña. Against Renz Alcoriza, height advantage. The fade. What a start for Val Acuña.
One-legged fadeaway using his height advantage against Alcoriza. Acuña, another scorer who can score from different ways.
We were talking about John Wilson before this game.
Yeah,
He could be the version of John Wilson.
para sa Muntinlupa.
We bring you this epic move of the game in partnership with OK Bet. Together we win. Great connection between these 2 veterans.
Oo.
Papasok dito si Dave Moralde as you take a look at that layup by Chad Alonzo. Gilmer De La Torre to Kentoy Segura. 3-pointer. Short rebound Moralde, who almost lost the ball. There was a funny conversation before this game. I was talking to si Chad Alonzo about the veterans and youngsters, no? And then Dave Moralde came into the conversation asking Chad, ano ako? Veteran o youngster? Sabi ni Chad, nasa gitna daw si
Yan
Dave
sa
Moralde.
gitna. Just like what we said earlier with Robin Ronyo.
Oo, gitna yan.
Gitna ka lang muna.
But Moralde is one of the mainstays. Or actually, he's been around, no? But he was a part of that finals team of Muntinlupa, beaten by Val Acuña in the inaugural finals of the league. JL De Los Santos, first free throw is good. Shout out to Coach Louis Gonzalez, the JRU head coach of JL. De Los Santos has impressed a lot of people here in the MPBL. A steady defensive guard, but slowly but surely he's been showing us his offensive prowess.
Oh. As we saw from his last game, 12 points. Very efficient, 4 out of 5, and you see his defense there.
Oh!
Getting
Almost
that
a
steal.
highlight. He was looking at his defender, all fast break
Just a
long.
little too fancy. He was looking at his defender when he took off.
Recovery for Muntinlupa. It's now 25-6. Under 3 minutes in the opening quarter. Inside Bulacan goes. And it will be 2 free throws for J.R. Flores.
That time Bulacan penetrating, moving the ball, finding an open man, and Raf Flores inside.
Now I have to say this about the Cagers. They started the season 5-0. Obviously, they looked like a title contender. It was a struggle after that. Now they're at 8-6, but they won their past 2 games. That means before that stretch, they were 6-6, losing 6 out of 7 games after that 5-game winning streak at the start.
That's why we've seen that they have made some changes in their lineup, and looks like this lineup is working for them.
That will be very interesting. And speaking of home crowds, Muntinlupa has a good crowd, and obviously they would want home court advantage come the playoffs. JL De Los Santos. By the way, Chris Javier has now made his debut with the Muntinlupa Cagers, the former San Juan Knight. De Los Santos pass inside, that's tapped away in favor of the Cagers. Now Jamil Ortuste comes in for Chino Mosqueda. It's 4 bench players working with JL De Los Santos for the Cagers. Balik naman si Daniel De Guzman on the other end. Alley-oop.
Oh,
Knockout play, but a sorry miss for Dave Moralde. Bawi naman si Chris Javier.
Javier turning garbage into gold. First
Welcome.
2 points for him as a Cager.
Right, welcome to Muntinlupa. Jeremy Cruz back in his hometown. He scores.
Strong move by Jeremy Cruz.
Got hit on the face. No foul call. Ortuste almost slipped. Back up, Jamil Ortuste. Don't give him space. Bounce pass inside. Chris Javier. It's a walk.
Was caught shuffling his feet.
Good defense by Gilmer De La Torre, the former Bataan Riser. Looks like Jeremy Cruz is bleeding. Will he be subbed out? O punas lang para kay Jeremy Cruz. Yeah, it looks like he will stay. Bibig eh, yung natamaan kanina kay Jem. I think it was Sheila who reported back in Quezon that Jeremy Cruz is from a family of very competitive siblings. That's why this guy is just quiet, but he is very competitive.
Talagang madadala mo yan, especially kung if you grow up in a competitive environment, it always translates into professional sports.
Ikaw din ba? May mga kapatid ka?
I have one brother, one younger brother. He's not into basketball, but we compete in other ways.
Fast break opportunity on the other end. It will be 2 free throws for Justin Guevara. The foul on Dave Moralde. The score reads 27-8. What a start for Muntinlupa. Let's take a look at their shooting percentages. No? Muntinlupa is at 66%. 40% on the other end for Bulacan. But Muntinlupa has shot the ball 5 more times. And even more free throws for them. Kabila kasi 5 turnovers sa Bulacan eh.
Muntinlupa has more attempts because they were able to create, they were able to force Bulacan to 5 turnovers.
Jamil Ortuste. 3-pointer. No good. Battle inside. Good pass by De La Torre on the rebound. 18-point game. Almost a steal. That's what JL De Los Santos can do. Unfortunately, he overdid it.
Yeah, but he's just so pesky. He has great timing. Magaling bumantay ng passing lanes. He's a two-way player.
Oh, he does idolize Chris Ross. Itong si JL De Los Santos.
Well, the last game, he had the Chris Ross stat line.
Jem Cruz working with Justin Guevara. Cruz, fall away shot.
Tough shot against 2 defenders.
Nobby Lucero on the other end. Marco Balagtas, Jamil Ortuste, Chris Javier. Back up. Dave Moralde against 2 defenders. Ball tapped away by Guevara.
Pick and roll between Javier and Moralde. Yeah, they're very familiar with each other. Magkakampihan sa San Beda when they were in high school.
27-9, 7 on the shot clock now. Dave Moralde, the former Red Cub, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Hindi pa Red Lion yun eh.
Red Cub.
Tapos naging Fighting Maroon yan, si Dave Moralde. Red Warrior naman, si Chris Javier. 9 seconds in the opening frame. Former UE Red Warrior as well, Jem Cruz. Now it's Gilmer De La Torre to beat the buzzer. That's good. It's a badly needed shot by Bulacan. What a first quarter that was for the Muntinlupa Cagers. And the guy who led the way was Val Acuna.
Val Acuna off to a blistering start. Just set the tone for his team. 13 points in the first quarter.
3 out of 4 in terms of 3-point shooting. 2 out of 2 from the line. And those are good looks for Val Acuna. It would have been very easy for him to drain those jumpers. After being scoreless in their previous outing, he's already in double figures as a former finals MVP of the MPBL.
Kayo pa rin ay nakatutok sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League mula dito sa Baliwag, Bulacan. The Bulacan Kuyas head coach for today's game is Coach Milo San Juan dahil may prior commitment daw si Coach Jericho Deniera with 5 losing streaks and changes happening. Bumaba daw ang moral nila, pero sa pagdating ng additions, Capulong and De La Torre, hopefully makatulong sila in improving the chemistry and bring their experience in the team. On the other side of the court, Coach Jack Escueta mentioned progress of the team is evident, intensity is increasing, and additions played a vital role. The key on their 2 big wins is sticking and focusing in their own system. Mix and Nico?
That's right. They're looking like a championship caliber team. The Muntinlupa Cagers, who shot the ball 10 out of 18 from the field in the first quarter, 5 out of 12 on the other end for Jeric Fabian and company. Now, Sheila did mention good additions in Gilmer Del Torre and Renz Capulong, especially after losing Levi De La Cruz. Bumagal talaga yung pacing ng Bulacan, no? And they even had Joseph Gabayni at the helm. But now it's a bit quicker for them. But the question is, can they actually win? Pass inside. Muntinlupa is looking really good.
Muntinlupa looking like a well-oiled machine, moving that ball, getting shots off their place, shooting 57% from the field.
And we have to say this as Renz Alcoriza converts with a 3-pointer. During the break, as that is an outlet pass and an easy 2 for Dave Moralde. During the break, Nico,
it's just an easy 2. It only took them 1 dribble to score 2 points.
I was about to mention the leadership of Chad Alonso during the break. I think that could be the cherry on top for them in this wonderful lineup of theirs as we bring you this epic move of the game in partnership with OK Bet. Together we win. Beautiful pass inside to Marco Balagtas with the finish. The lead now is 18 points, 33-15. Parating na ang FIBA World Cup 2023 sa Signal Pay-Per-View. Mag-avail ng early bird offer sa halagang 550 pesos hanggang July 15 para mapanood ang lahat ng games commercial-free at in high definition. Pwede pang manalo ng authentic Gilas Pilipinas merchandise. Today we are coming to you live from the Star Arena in Bulacan. This is Mix Gomez alongside Nico Salva and Sheila Salaysay. A lopsided game so far in favor of Muntinlupa, 33-15.
An 18-point lead para sa Muntinlupa.
Kapulong onto De Guzman, one-hander to no avail. One more chance here for the Cuyas. Flores free up top. That's a lot of space for him.
That's an easy shot for Flores. Flores led their team in scoring in their last outing, 19 points and 8 rebounds.
Balagtas, Moralde to Javier. Here's Javier, one of their newest additions. Pass inside, Lucero, good patience. The follow is there for Nobi.
Muntinlupa is just getting lots of easy shots inside the paint.
See what else Bulacan can show us here in the first half. J.R. Flores, Jeric Fabian, inside they go. Daniel De Guzman, tanggap niya na yung bola. Pero supalpal. Good defense by Muntinlupa. The other end, Jamil Ortuste, stopping and popping. That's a three-pointer.
That's what he does. He has that three-point shot, and he can get it off anytime.
38-18 before Valacuña. You could argue Jamil Ortuste was their best three-point shooter. Alcoriza answers back on the other end.
10 points now for Alcoriza.
38-21. Nobi Lucero.
Oh.
Crossover. What a move. What a turnover.
It's a good move. Nakuyog lang siya inside the paint.
I actually have a fun fact for you, no? Itong si Nobi Lucero, his favorite player is Dennis Schroeder. So I'll leave it up to you to compare him to Schroeder.
Yeah, I can see the similarity.
But first, let's take a look at that three-pointer by Renz Alcoriza. You can imagine Bulacan really praying for that shot to go in for Renz Alcoriza. They're down by 17. Two-man game, Kapulong behind the back, step back.
That's a tough shot.
Ang idol naman yan, si Luka Doncic.
Kaya naman nag-step
Oo.
back.
Ooh, Nobi, a la Dennis Schroeder, he picks up the foul.
Lucero has one thing in mind as soon as he entered the game, and it is to attack.
Yes.
And here's a crowd favorite here. Yeah.
Is John Amores a native of Bulacan? Because yes, to your point, people were cheering for him. We'll ask him about that later on. Or maybe Coach Louie can feed that information. 38-21. Talk about the next three games of the Muntinlupa Cagers. This is going to be very interesting. Sarangani will always be unpredictable, especially if they make their three-pointers. Then they go to Bacoor to face the strikers in the strike gym. That's going to be tough. And then they face Coach Boyd Fernandez in Pasig City in Pasig. So that's also a hard schedule for them.
Well, those are three tough teams, especially that Pasig City, who is a well-oiled machine. That Pasig City is very well coached.
Oh, the bounce for Marco Balagtas. Everything going in for Muntinlupa. They're shooting the ball at a 62% clip compared to the 40 of Bulacan.
Oh, you're 50% from the 3-point line. 4 out of 8 para sa Muntinlupa.
Ito ngayon, si Renz Capulong. That's off the glass and in for him.
Good hesitation move by Capulong, freezing his defender. Able to hang in the air and finish.
40-23. Zone.
Zone, 2-3 zone by Bulacan.
Shot for Javier. That's another make for the Cagers.
No problem for Javier. Javier is a big who can stretch the floor. He can shoot from the mid-range and he can even stretch it to the 3-point line.
They're playing like this is their home floor. The Muntinlupa.
Oh,
Looking very comfortable.
very comfortable and confident.
Flores on the spin. He gets the shooter's bounce.
7 points para kay Flores.
42-25. Under 5 minutes in the second quarter. Still against that zone. Nobi Lucero. Lob to no one. 2 people got tangled up. And no foul. At ngayon pa lang papasok si Ian Melencio para sa Muntinlupa. By the way, a big shout out to Coach Louis Gonzalez who is watching the game and he gave us the answer as to John Amores being a homegrown of Bulacan. He is not. He's from Laguna.
Talagang basketball encyclopedia
He
si Coach Louis, no?
He is. Big credit to you, Coach Louis. Mabuhay ka. Flores with 2 on the shot clock. 3-pointer. That's long. Rebound, Nobi Lucero. Steps on the brakes. Melencio. Back to Nobi. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Some extra motion inside between Javier and Daniel de Guzman. Oh, Chris Javier is fired up. We're going to have to see the replay on that. See what happened? Ayun.
Oh,
That's what.
that looks like a closed fist to the
Yeah.
head.
At yun yung dinidemo ni Chris
Yeah.
Javier sa lahat ng tao.
He was saying closed fist.
That can throw him out. Itong si Daniel de Guzman. And again, we always say this. When there's physicality, usually yung bumabawi ang nahuhuli. And it's usually much worse. By the way, good job as well by the referees and the players to separate those two.
Oh, see, Javier initiated the contact, but that was a basketball move. He was getting space, using his arms and elbows, and the retaliation was a close fist to the head.
All right. So since we're waiting for the referees to make their decision, let's give a big shout out to Coach Joseph Guion, who is still watching the game after winning earlier today. Congratulations to Nueva Ecija, having that victory versus Negros. Jensan winning versus Quezon for that South Division matchup. And speaking of South Division teams, one of the coaches in the South, Coach John Calios, is watching. Batiin natin yung kanyang asawa na si Claudia. Madam Claudia Calios, happy birthday to you. Mabuhay kayo. Sarangani ang susunod na kalaban ng Muntinlupa. So there might be some scouting happening right now for the Marlins.
As we know, Sarangani is a defending champion slayer.
Oh yeah, that's right. Again, they can be very unpredictable. Last night, they just defeated the Marikina Shoemasters in overtime by 2 points. Jeff Viernes was the best player once again. So the referees will be talking to Richard Tampos for the official call and see whether or not makakalaro pa dito si Daniel de Guzman. It hasn't been the easiest night for Bulacan. We saw his fist land on the face, the right side of the face of Chris Javier, the debuting player of Muntinlupa. There could be multiple calls as well, no? That's why the referees are discussing it in detail with Richard Campos, just to be sure. Ito na, pakinggan natin.
It's a disqualifying foul on number 77, Daniel De Guzman, for punching. Daniel De Guzman is out of the playing court. Technical foul is called on Muntinlupa, number 27, Chris Javier, for taunting.
That's an easy call. A closed fist above the shoulders or even below will always disqualify you.
Bang! That's a hard hit. And the woes continue to pile up for the Bulacan Kuyas. Down by 17, now they lose one of their veterans. Wala nang takas dun si Daniel De Guzman. Alright. So papasok dito si Justin Guevara for Daniel De Guzman. That's it for him tonight. In the 5th home court defense of the Bulacan Kuyas in this season. They are 2-2 on their home court, winning versus Sarangani and QC, and losing to Quezon and Jensen. Again, the next 2 games of Bulacan will happen here inside the Star Arena against Zamboanga and Pampanga, respectively. So there will be a technical free throw here. First, for Renz Alcoriza dahil natawagan ng tech itong si Chris Javier. And then 2 free throws and ball possession for Chris Javier and Muntinlupa.
So 1 free throw lang for taunting.
At which part was the taunt? Yun ba yung...
I think when he was demoing
yun.
the punch while talking to the opposing player.
It actually looked scary, no? If you didn't know the context of that demo by Chris Javier, syempre matatakot ka na sana, kumbaga hindi niya sana hinahamon si Daniel De Guzman. Miss on the second free throw for Chris Javier. 43-25, 4 minutes and 14 in the second quarter. Ian Melencio will inbound. Working with him are Chris Javier, Novi Lucero. They also have JP Sarao and John Amores. Javier from the corner. Off to the right. Rebound. It ends up with Bulacan. We have a new player on the floor. It's Matthew Vegiga. Alcoriza defended by John Amores. Good matchup. Alcoriza for 3. Short. Rebound Vegiga. Good effort. Ball out of bounds in favor of Bulacan. Pasok dito sina Quintoy Segura and Gilmer De La Torre. 5 on the shot clock for Renz Alcoriza and company. Flores from way out. That's good.
Flores showing us his range.
Oh, he's the one doing it all offensively for Bulacan.
Flores and Alcoriza.
10 points now for those 2 players. A miss inside. Javier on the recovery.
Javier able to clean that and stick it back. 7 points for Chris Javier.
Nanghinayang si Novi Lucero kasi wala siyang assist.
Sayang yung assist.
May rebound naman si Chris Javier. But it doesn't help the case of his teammate. 45-28. Here's Renz Alcoriza against John Amores. Screen by Guevara. Alcoriza is fouled. Let's take a look at that 3-pointer, almost from the logo for J.R. Flores. Then, ayun, doon nang hinayang si Novi Lucero. You can see his reaction.
Tinalikuran na.
But good recovery for Chris Javier. Pumasok si John Abis as this free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Again, no Coach Jerry Codinera in this game for Bulacan, supported by Sheila Salaysay. 45-30.
We haven't seen Val Acuna here in the second quarter after scoring 13.
So after he was subbed out, no, tuloy-tuloy na. Now actually, in terms of the substitution pattern, ang sabi sa atin ni Chad Alonzo is they put in the starters to stabilize everything at the start and then energy from their bench players. Ibabalik na lang yung veterans kapag kailangan na ulit ng stability.
Okay.
Well, as you can see, Muntinlupa still looking good here. So might as well.
They still look stabilized.
Oo. Ikutin mo na yung players mo.
Yeah.
Amores, Melencio. Fake, dribble, pull up, miss. Ball out of bounds in favor of Bulacan. Balik tayo. Sama ang Cuyas. Gilmer De La Torre, one of the new point guard additions of Bulacan alongside Renz Capulong. On the drive and kick, turnover. Here comes John Amores. Forward pass. Ian Melencio. Sorry, miss for John Avis. Battle for the loose ball. That's just honest basketball. Jump ball.
Good push and pass by Melencio. No, Avis just wasn't able to finish.
We have a new guy coming in for Muntinlupa. It's Kevin Buenaflor. This guy's been with the team for a while now, but he hasn't really seen much action. So we have to be happy for him. John Abis working with John Amores. Screen by JP Sarao. Bounce pass. Good feed. Easy to.
It's a good find by John Amores. Being patient in the pick and roll. Good bounce pass.
Alcoriza misses on the other end. Muntinlupa looking good to the delight of their pink-shirted crowd here in Bulacan. Buenaflor, pull up. No good. Battle for the loose ball. It ends up with Bulacan. I hope we can get the camera at the back of the bench of Muntinlupa, no? But before that, we take a look at the replay. Bounce pass inside for the easy deuce. That's from John Amores.
Nice wraparound pass by John Amores.
That's on to JP Sarao. As I was mentioning, no, you may be able to notice the pink shirts behind the Muntinlupa Cagers.
Oh.
Yan na kaya yung katumbas ng Tita Squad ng Paranaque. As Jeremy Cruz drains a three-pointer.
Oh, walang pom-poms yung yung Tita Squad ng Paranaque, may pom-poms pa.
Oh, they were present in Bacoor yesterday, even though it was neutral ground for the MPBL. Kumbaga, ang katumbas ng dito ay yung bright-colored shirt, no, for Muntinlupa. And an easy jump shot for John Abis. Ayan po yung pink-shirted crowd ng Muntinlupa. You have to be happy, no, for the teams here in the MPBL. Even the Rizal Golden Coolers, yung mga pamilya nila, nakapagpagawa na ng jerseys.
Oh, the jerseys. Even yung mga babies nila, naka-jerseys din.
That's good progress for the MPBL. Steal here for Bulacan and a foul to stop the fast break. John Abis ang matatawagan ng foul with 21 seconds to go before halftime. The score is 49-33.
You know, Bulacan is actually not shooting bad from the field. They're shooting 40% from 3, 6 out of 15, and 44% ang field goals nila.
But the problem is, Muntinlupa shooting.
Muntinlupa is shooting 57%. So it's just a matter of defending Muntinlupa.
And we have mentioned a lot of easy shots for Muntinlupa in the first half as it comes to an end. The first 20 minutes of play will be concluded with a 16-point advantage for the Muntinlupa Cagers. So no Val Acuna in the second quarter, no problem for Muntinlupa. Now we lead you in to Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na subok, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino, liga ng bayan na to. Huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na subok, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino, liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na subok, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino, liga ng bayan na to. Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
Bago nga abangan mga kaliga, syempre 17 teams ang maglalaban-laban sa kauna-unahang Junior MPBL. It will be open in July 9. Kaya naman like and follow na ang page ng Junior MPBL. Now for our halftime, I'm with Mr. Vince Harder, the head of basketball operations of Muntinlupa Cagers. Kasama rin natin Mr. George Alcaraz, the team representative. On Bulacan Cuyas, we have Coach Milo San Juan for this halftime. Unahin ko na muna si Sir Vince. Sir Vince, you are showing dominance sa laro na ito. Ang question is, paano ba masusustain hanggang dulo?
Yeah, siguro we'll just focus on our game plan going to this game. Kaya nakita naman na maganda yung nilalaro ng mga players namin. And hopefully we can sustain it up to the last quarter. At saka siguro yung binigay na kumpiyansa ng team owner namin, si Attorney Jem at saka si Boss Aya, na talagang yun naman yung sinusuklian ng mga players namin ngayon. Iba rin kasi yung iba yung from our practices, going to the game, iba yung iba yung pinakikitang character ng team namin ngayon. So we're really confident na we will win this game tonight.
Good luck po, Sir Vince. Pero punta na po ako kay Sir George, and we are very happy to have you. And of course, your team wearing pink for tonight. Alam ko po meron kayong mga papasalamatan. Ito shout out. Go ahead.
Yes. Yun. Maraming salamat sa opportunity na ma-witness tong game na to. Napakaganda nung game. Yun, binabati ko yung team, Muntinlupa Cagers, at syempre sa kalaban nila from Bulacan. Bulacan niyo po ako. So, yun po. Good luck sa magkabilang team. Maraming salamat kay Attorney Jemsy and Boss Cap Aya Saicon. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat, Sir George. Punta na po ako dito kaya Coach. Coach, you are in a very tight and difficult situation. Nawalan po kayo na isang player, si Daniel De Guzman. Paano ba makakabangon sa challenge na ito?
Yun nga, medyo sa sitwasyon na to, medyo nabawasan pa kami ng big man. Yun, siguro, yung ibang role player namin, sila ipapalit kay De Guzman para kung ano yung pagkukulang niya, kapunan niya.
Meron po ba kayong mga pasasalamatan?
Yun, yung patuloy na sumusuporta po sa amin, ang aming boss, si Ron Siuson, Boss Carlo Reyes, Madam Kating Liwag, ang aming mayor, lagi na sumusuporta sa amin, Mayor Ferdi Estrella, Mayor Cholo Biolago, ang aming bukal, si Castro, ang aming mga major sponsor po, Acro City, Jerry's Grill. Andyan po si Karsten Jensen na lagi sumusuport sa amin every game. Yun po yung aming accent na sportswear.
Maraming salamat po and good luck po, Coach. Ngayon, third and quarter action sa pagitan ng Bulacan Cuyas at syempre Muntinlupa Cagers sa pagbabalik yan ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Kapag may labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas.
It is halftime here in the Star Arena in Baliwag, Bulacan. The score reads 49-33 in favor of the road squad, the Muntinlupa Cagers. They've been very consistent since the beginning of this matchup. Well, that guy started it all. It's Balacuña, who reached double figures already with 13 points in, get this, Nico, 6 minutes of play for Balacuña. After that, everybody was able to play already for the Cagers. Hindi pa naman nakakascore lahat, but still, equal playing time. On the other end, you mentioned the two-headed dragon for Bulacan. It's Renz Alcuriza and J.R. Flores doing the damage.
Oh, Valacuna just had a hot start. 13 points in 6 minutes, then everybody just followed suit. And Muntinlupa looking like a well-oiled machine, getting easy shots, lots of easy shots from the inside, and just dominating the first half.
That's why you will see the field goal shooting percentage later on. It's very high for the Cagers. Kahit na mataas na sa lagay na yan, no? Yung porsyento ng Bulacan.
Oh. As you can see, Bulacan's not shooting bad, 42%, but they are allowing Muntinlupa to 58% from the field, making 20 field goals, 8 more field goals than them. Also, you can see sa free throws, 5 out of 6 ang Muntinlupa, 3 out of 7 lang ang Bulacan. Assist naman, Muntinlupa sharing the wealth, 15 assists. And what we mentioned inside, lots of easy shots sa loob, 26 points na para sa Muntinlupa, 6 lang sa Bulacan.
The biggest lead was 21 in the first half. Leading scorers, Valacuna, Chris Javier, on his first game for Muntinlupa with 7. De Moralde and Marco Balagtas combining for 8. Kabila naman, Alcuriza and Flores combining for 22 points, followed by Jeremy Cruz and Gilmer De La Torre. Thank you for joining us, folks. As Valacuna returns, this is Mix Gomez alongside Nico Salva and Sheila Salaysay. Acuna will be joined by the rest of the starters of Muntinlupa, Chad Alonzo, Ford Ruaya, J.L. De Los Santos, and Chino Mosqueda. Kabila naman, it's Renz Capulong, Jeric Fabian, Jeremy Cruz, Justin Guevara, and J.R. Flores for Bulacan, who are now playing without Daniel De Guzman, who had to be ejected because of a disqualifying foul in the first half.
So we see Muntinlupa starting the second half with their starting 5.
Oh, this was an effective starting 5 for them.
Oh.
There's a foul from the Cagers on the drive of Renz Capulong. Capulong in the first half, 1 out of 3 from the field, 2 points. That's following his impressive performance of 11 points on 50% shooting in their previous outing. But he did tell us, wala pa siya sa kondisyon. Di pa buong-buo para kay Renz Capulong. So we can only expect better things from him. Those were 2 misses from the line, by the way. 49-33. Valacuna, pinapalabas, Chino Mosqueda. Screen by Chad Alonzo. Mosqueda to J.L. De Los Santos. Hounded by Capulong, the escape. Alonzo inside. And he gets the bounce.
Chad Alonzo just getting that position, offensive rebound, stick back, bringing up the lead to 18 points.
Muntinlupa did have 6 offensive rebounds in the first half as compared to the 3 of Bulacan. J.R. Flores now with 12. 51-35. J.L. De Los Santos pinapalabas. Val Acuna already in double figures. Chino Mosqueda against Jeric Fabian. Down low, Chad Alonzo against J.R. Flores. Alonzo trying to operate, 2 seconds. Acuna will fire.
Oh,
almost got it in. But the recovery was there by Ford Ruaya. That shot was straight, no?
That was straight. I thought it was going in.
That would have been the cherry on top for Val Acuna. Balik tayo sa Bulacan. Again, no Coach Jerry Codiniera for the Cuyas tonight. Flores, step back, short, forward. Good hands by Fabian. Babalik lang ang bola kay J.L. De Los Santos. For Druaya, who stops and pops, but he misses. I'm curious as to what you want to see from guys like Ford Ruaya and Chad Alonzo down low.
Well, these guys are very physical. Magaling pumuesto. Magaling. You can say that talagang veterano na. And it's hard to move them. It's hard to get space against them. So, as we've seen, both guys, are able to get offensive rebounds, putbacks, you can also go to them in the post.
JL De Los Santos with a 2-pointer. He's up to 4 points so far. Dahil siya ay binabantayan ng kanyang JRU head coach who's watching right now, Coach Louie Gonzalez. 55-35. If I may go back to my question about Chad Alonso and Ford Ruaya, do they have the backing down ability of guys like Gabby Espinas? May ganun ba sila?
Gabby Espinas has always been a go-to guy in the post. Ford Ruaya and Chad Alonso was never a go-to guy. So they can score from time to time in the post. They're more of role players, screeners, offensive rebounders. But they have, don't get me wrong, they have the moves. But it's not like Gabby Espinas who can be the focal point of your offense.
Well, they don't necessarily need a Gabby Espinas in their team at this point, no? They're looking good. 55-35. Shout out to Gabby, by the way, and the rest of Caloocan who won yesterday in Bacoor versus Parañaque. Chem Cruz against Chino Mosqueda. Jeremy, kick out. The Flores. They go to Kapulong. And that's a 3-pointer. Five points for Renz Kapulong. We did mention he idolizes Luka Doncic. Before the emergence of Luka, his idol was Klay Thompson. So he really loves three-point shooting. There's a foul inside. Now, this three-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. A stable-looking jump shot for Renz Kapulong. Jump shot ba yun or set shot?
Semi-jump shot.
Semi-jump shot.
Well, if you notice, Bulacan is able to score a lot better when they move the ball. There are times na only one or two guys touch the ball, then they take a shot. Pero on times na they move the ball, they execute, they get good open shots.
Well, in terms of assists, it's 15-8 in this game in favor of Muntinlupa. 55-38. 6 minutes in the third. De Los Santos playing low defense against Kapulong. The Flores crossover, step back against Chad Alonso. Good defense by Chad. He's such a good example. Same goes for Ford Ruaya for these youngsters of Muntinlupa. And as I say that, Ford Ruaya is called for a foul.
Well, both guys, Chad, speaking of Chad and Ford Ruaya, both guys can guard multiple positions. If we are comparing them to Gabby Espinas, yan ang lamang nila. They can guard guards, they can guard perimeter guys, also big guys.
There you go. Free throw converted by Justin Guevara. By the way, no, napag-usapan natin yung pink squad ng Muntinlupa in the first half. There's actually more to the story. So later on, babalikan natin yan if we're able to show them once again on TV. Ayan na, yung pink squad. Apparently, these are kagawads of Bulacan. But they're sitting behind the Muntinlupa bench because they are kagawads to Attorney Jem C., who is the team owner of Muntinlupa. But she is from Bulacan.
Oh, okay.
So there's the conflict of interest in this game. But they're just enjoying this matchup. Well, it makes sense kasi Bulacan's color is pink. Before nga yung Bulacan Kuyas, pink and white before they turned, anong kulay ba to? Green and, what color is that, Nico?
Deep sea blue.
Deep sea blue. Deep sea blue.
Deep sea blue.
Very complicated. Three-pointer. That's a miss for J.R. Flores. 55-40. Here come the white shirts. Marco Balagtas misses. Ball rebounded by no one. It's out of bounds in favor of Muntinlupa. You have a homegrown checking in. It's EJ Toribio. Baseline inbound. 55-40. JL De Los Santos.
They subbed out Chad Alonso, but you can still hear the voice of Chad coaching his teammates.
Well, Chad is the ultimate senior of the Cagers. And it's good for him to take on the leadership responsibility of MUNTINLUPA. Importante yun no? Especially if you want to be a playoff team. You need your young guns, but you need your guys who will level everybody.
Oh.
Sideline, Chino Mosqueda calling out the play for Ford Ruaya. He wanted him down low at the post, and he's fouled by EJ Toribio. That was the play all along.
That was a good call by Mosqueda.
Oh, you saw his face. He didn't want Ruaya up top. And it's really getting physical between Toribio and Ruaya. $14 on the shot clock. Baseline naman ngayon para kay JL De Los Santos. Under 5 minutes in the third. Ruaya trying to seal. Instead they go to Marco Balagtas, the former Davao Occidental Tiger. Inside he goes. There's the escape.
They look like they just wanted to attack Toribio. Wherever Toribio was guarding, they went after him.
Points in the paint. 32-8. That's such a big difference, as it is a 17-point lead for the Cagers. Kapulong on the cross. Couple more. But you have a good defender in front of you. Great recovery by JL De Los Santos. 57-40. Might I say, Nico, JL De Los Santos is going to be a hard guy to replace once he goes back to JRU.
Oh yeah, it's hard to find a guy like him, a two-way player, able to bring down the ball, able to get deflections, pressure the ball, get 11 rebounds as a guard.
Right.
It's just hard to find players like that.
Wala eh, sorry na lang talaga dahil babalik si JL sa kanyang college team. So Coach Louie time na ulit itong si JL De Los Santos. Ford Ruaya facing up, jump shot off the glass and in. There's one Kagawad who's really dancing at the sideline. Yan ang panapat nila sa Tita Squad ng Paranaque. 61-40, turnover. Chino Mosqueda is pushed. No foul call.
I thought that was a foul on Flores. Just shoving Mosqueda.
The other end, good cut by Renz Alcoriza. And foul now on Renz Kapulong. There will be two subs here for Bulacan as we bring you this epic move of the game in partnership with OKBet. Together we win the escape by Marco Balagtas. No help defense from Bulacan.
That's something that is missing from Bulacan. Their defense, their help defense. It's like pag na-beat yung initial defender, it's just easy layup. So that's something that Bulacan needs to work on. Their defensive rotations, help defense. Because like we said, they're not shooting bad from the field.
Then again, they have a couple of new players, a new coaching staff, or at least a revamp, no? Yung modifications sa kanilang coaching staff. So, let's see how they can improve in the latter part of the season. There's the high-low, almost a three-pointer for Marco Balagtas. 61-42, Gilmer De La Torre. They go to Justin Guevara. Pinapalabas EJ Toribio. Saw some daylight, did not shoot it.
Toribio hesitating. He was free, but chose to pass.
Shot clock winding down, a miss for Bulacan. And here comes Chris Javier and Dave Moralde. You mentioned performers and better teammates. Balagtas on the fake. Kick out. Javier, one more. John Amores inside. Javier.
Patient offense by Muntinlupa. Everybody touching the floor, moving the ball left to right. Multiple pick and roll actions. Finding Javier inside, drawing the foul.
You think Bulacan's missing Daniel De Guzman at this point?
Oh, definitely. He's a guy who can guard big guys, who can rotate on defense, who can help on his teammates.
Here's Javier converting from the line. Yeah, nabutan mo yan sa UAP?
Yeah.
Your thoughts about this guy?
He's a solid big. He's able to post up. Good screener. Able to defend big guys. Also has that smooth touch from the mid-range of the three.
So, ultimate role player. Ito si Chris Javier.
But he's also able to score double digits.
Would he be best fit as a second or third option? Ganon?
Yeah. Second or third, as
Second
we
or
see.
third.
He already has 8 points.
He's been only with the team for 5 days. Itong si Chris Javier. After transferring from San Juan. Jeric Fabian in trouble. He still scores inside. First 2 points in this game for Jeric Fabian. Oh, that's a charge.
Illegal screen called on Javier.
Meron ba kayong mga practices or drills for screens as you take a look at that shot by Jeric Fabian?
Oh, yung pick, especially the pick and roll, pick and pop. That is practiced almost every day. Dahil in today's ball game, the pick and roll is utilized, I think, more than 60% of the time.
So is it a specific drill for pure pick and rolls? Ganun ba yun?
Yeah.
And since we're here, why don't you break it down for us, Nico? Ano ba yung mechanics na kailangan meron ka for the pick and roll? The basics.
Well, as a big, you need to sprint your screen. If you walk your screen, makakasabay yung bantay mo. He'll be able to show on the pick and roll, hard show, and just be right there hip by hip. So if you sprint, you can have a second advantage. And as a guard, you have to wait for the screen. You can't dribble, make your move before the screen comes. You have to let the screen set first before you make your move.
What's your take on the shoulder-to-shoulder rule of the ball handler and the pick setter?
That's a perfect pick and roll.
Yeah,
you
so
don't.
dapat.
You don't leave any space for the defender to slice that screen.
Okay, thank you for indulging me, Nico. That's why you're a 5-time UAP champion. Chris Javier misses. Ball rebounded by Bulacan. 63-45. 34 seconds remaining in the third. Justin Guevara, mid-range. Short rebound. Dave Moralde. Oh, he loves this. Going downhill. Moralde, wisely, slowing things down. Telling his teammate, last shot tayo.
Yeah, you can see the maturity of Muntinlupa here.
Hindi na nga bata si Dave Moralde. Hindi rin veterano. Gitna lang. Ian Melencio. Sorry, miss. 7 seconds. Alcoriza working with Jem Cruz. 3-pointer. Yes.
Good looking shot for Jem Cruz.
You know, if you think about it, a 15-point lead is very manageable if you're the Bulacan Kuyas.
Definitely manageable. It's a realistic lead to be able to catch up to. But then again, they need to defend better.
With that 3-pointer, Jeremy Cruz puts Bulacan up to 48 points against the 63 of Muntinlupa. Let's break down the player matchup for tonight. It's two shooting guards, Chino Mosqueda and Renz Alcuriza. They haven't been the brightest names, no? Well, you can argue Alcuriza for Bulacan. It's been him and J.R. Flores. But obviously, on the other end for Chino Mosqueda, it's been BULACAN, among others, that have dominated this ballgame.
Oh, Renz Alcuriza has been the bright spot for Bulacan. He's been attacking all game long. 14 points, efficient, 5 out of 9. On the other hand, Chino Mosqueda only with 4 points, but he doesn't have to score much.
Right.
Because he's getting contributions from everybody.
Actually, if you want to talk about efficiency, the shooting percentage of Mosqueda is 100%.
Quarter scoring natin. Domination by Muntinlupa, 27-12 in the first, 22-21 in the second. And in the third, 14-15. Actually, first quarter lang ang na-dominate ng Muntinlupa.
That's basically the difference in this ball game. And the first quarter basically was the quarter of BULACAN. So mukhang magkakatotoo nga, no? That he might be the best player of this game.
Based on that quarter.
Yes. This is Mix Gomez, folks, alongside Nico Salva and Sheila Salaysay. Jem Cruz. No bounce for the homegrown. I actually am curious about this. You have played in multiple leagues, UAAP, PBA, 3x3, SEA Games. May iba pa ba?
Marami. Too many to mention.
Okay, hindi natin isa-isahin. And so, now that you're covering the MPBL, what makes this the quality of play of the MPBL different for you?
Well, of course, the support ng crowd, yung pride ng city. There's really nothing like it. To be able to represent the city, represent that people from that city, talagang it actually reminds me of that school spirit that you have in UAAP. You're not just playing for yourselves,
right,
but you are playing for your city.
At dito may dayo talaga, no? Mr. by Kentoy Segura. And for those of you, especially the new viewers of the MPBL, if you would really want to see the epitome of the league, please watch the game on July 1.
Oh, yeah.
It's between Nueva Ecija and Pampanga. 8 p.m. po magsisimula yan.
I'll be watching that game for sure.
That game will define the purpose of the MPBL. There's a miss here by Moralde. Ball out of bounds in favor of Bulacan. Balacuña returns for the Muntinlupa Cagers. Let's see kung makakascore pa siya, no? To add to his tally. But either way, it looks like he will be the best player. That's if hindi na makahabol, no? Itong Bulacan Cuyas. 15-point game. He did mention this is still very manageable. We have seen stranger things in basketball. Jeric Fabian on the drive. There's the help by Javier.
It's good defense by Muntinlupa. We were saying that earlier. As opposed to Bulacan, once they beat the primary defender, wala nang help. And Muntinlupa, the primary defender was beaten, pero nandyan si Chris Javier for the help.
So what can you say about the performance of Chris Javier in this game? You think he's a good addition for Muntinlupa?
Very good addition for Muntinlupa.
Welcome to your new home. Itong si Chris Javier. I'm sure he's impressing the Muntinlupa team with his performance tonight. He wasn't seeing much action for San Juan earlier in the season. Kapulong, couple of dribble moves, he's fouled. There will be some substitutions here. Justin Guevara, Novi Lucero, and JL De Los Santos. Ian Milencio uupo kasama si Dave Moralde. And we're also about to see Aaron Acop for the first time in this game. Now this free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Renz Kapulong at the line. It's been a long night so far for the Cuyas. This is their 5th home court defense in this season. They won versus Sarangani with the Levy de la Cruz game winner on their first game. After that, they won versus QC before losing to Quezon and Jensen on their home floor. JP Sarao, the former Rice Vanguard. Ooh, sorry, Miss Noby Lucero. Natatawa na lang itong si Noby after some unfortunate sequences for him tonight. Flores back up against Chris Javier. Tough shot. What a move.
Tough shot. Step back against a 6'5" defender in Chris Javier.
J.R. Flores really is a baller for Bulacan. Chris Javier, three-pointer. No good. Balik tayo kay J.R. Flores. You know, I actually have a fun fact for you. Kanina, nung nasa warm-up sila, napansin ko may sing-sing na suot si J.R. Flores. And he told me na sinusuot niya daw talaga yun. Tinitape niya lang para maitago, no? Because it's his tribute to his wife. Even though he's playing, dyan pa rin, suot niya.
Oh. You see players do that. Sometimes they tie it to their shoelaces.
Nikola Jokic.
Oh.
Val Acuna soars for those 2 points. So he continues to add to his point tally.
15 points now para kay Val Acuna. His first 2 points after that first quarter surge.
Bringing you this epic move of the game in partnership with OKBet. Together we win. The 13 points were already enough if you think about it for Val Acuna, but why not add to it? 65-51 here in the fourth quarter, 5.5 to go. Ayan na po ang history ng Bulacan on their home floor, winning versus Sarangani and QC. And after that, losing to Quezon and Jensen. This could actually be a long losing streak for them at home, because after this, they will go back home to face Zamboanga and then back home again to face Pampanga.
It's just 2 heavy opponents back to back.
And this is not the best time for them as well, because they've lost some key pieces in terms of players and coaches. But we do wish them good luck. Let's see what they can do. Aaron Nakop against JL De Los Santos on the escape. Kick out. Alcoriza. Fed by Lucero. Pull up. Yes.
Nice 2-dribble pull up by Alcoriza. Adding to his point tally now with a total of 15.
Answer on the other end for JP Sarao. That guy's a champion with the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. It's actually very interesting, no? If you're a guy like JP Sarao and you were a part of a championship team, obviously maganda yung culture sa Nueva Ecija, and you're well provided for, but he wasn't getting minutes.
Yeah.
So where do you draw the line between getting playing time and being a part of a championship team?
As a player, of course, your goal is to win championships, but also as a player, you want to be able to contribute. You want to feel the floor. You want to get that run because you are a competitor. So, well, he has that championship already under his belt. Why not go to a team where he can play?
Good point. Parang best of both worlds, no? Para kay JP Sarao. Nueva Ecija, by the way, they're looking to re-establish themselves as the top team in the league. Of course, after losing to Jeff Yernes and company, a lot of people nagduda na sa Nueva Ecija, and with Pampanga's emergence in the season. And now it's a bit of an underdog image para sa Nueva Ecija as they go on the road to face Pampanga in the Brent Zigiao Convention Center. Cleaner, no good. Sarao inside, yes.
Sarao is just dominating the paint. Just rebounding. Not just in scoring, but he's an inside threat whenever he gets that ball inside.
In the words of JP Sarao, masahe yung kanilang training sessions sa Nueva Ecija.
Ibig sabihin, puro bungguan. Ang lalaki ng kabanggaan niya doon.
Simulan mo kay Michael Mabulak,
JR Taganas,
Jay Collado.
Basahe nga. Nang liit siya. Nang liit siya katabi yung mga yun.
70-54. Aaron Acop. They go to Justin Guevara. Late closeout. In and out. Nasa na tayo sa field goal shooting natin? Still not as bad for Bulacan. 41%.
Actually, things picked up for them in the second and third. It was just in the first quarter kung saan na-build itong kalamangan ng Muntinlupa.
Now, Muntinlupa's percentage is at 51, but in the first, it was at 60, right? To 70.
Yeah.
Calacuña hit 3 3-pointers already in the first frame. JP Sarao, short stop. 9 points. This is like a breakout game already for JP Sarao in 2 years. But before that, he was a key player for Nueva Ecija. We have a timeout, 72-54. I take it back. This is not a breakout game for JP Sarao because he already had 12 points versus Negros in their previous outing.
Back-to-back good games for him. 100% from the field, 3 out of 3, 12.7 rebounds against Negros. Ngayon naman, may 9 points na siya and 3 rebounds.
See, this is what he can do. Sadyang kasama lang siya sa Nueva Ecija last year. But etong si JP Sarao actually, yan ang OG Nueva Ecija Rise Vanguard. Bago pa dumating sina Coach Gerson Gabildes, nandun na siya.
Oh.
At ang kasama niya doon ay si na Levi de la Cruz. Steal for Nobby Lucero.
Another steal by Dennis Schroeder.
Here he goes. Pass. JP. A miss. Rebound for Druaya. He continues to be active. And he gets the bounce. Druaya now has 6 points in this game. Also, a couple of rebounds. 6 rebounds as well. 74-54. The biggest lead was 21. 3 minutes and change. J.R. Flores on the ISO. He drives and picks up the foul. You have to love the passionate individuals who continue to cheer here in the Star Arena. Kasama na dyan yung mga kagawad ni Attorney Jem C. Mga kagawad mula sa Bulacan, but they're supporting Muntinlupa, the team that Attorney Jem owns. That's why it brought confusion to us in tonight's ball game. Shout out to Attorney Jem. 20-point game. Kentoy, pull up. That's good.
First 2 points para kay Kentoy Segura.
Here comes Dennis Schroeder. Defended by Druaya. Lucero on the drive. Trying to escape his defense. The ball never left his hands.
I saw 3 spin moves from him in that play.
I have to say it, this guy is such an entertaining guy to cover. Itong si Nobby Lucero.
His activity level is so high. Oh.
Look at him trying to defend with his tongue out. At alam mo yung mas nakakaasar dyan dito, tumitingin sa commentators yan eh, si Nobby Lucero, kapag may ginagawa siya. Para daw mas maganda yung puri sa kanya, no? 74-56. Jem Cruz, kick out. That's a backing violation. It's been that kind of a night for Bulacan. At may timeout pa dito ang Muntinlupa. 2 minutes and 10 remaining. 74-56. Back inside the Star Arena where we are seeing smiles from Nobby Lucero and Gilmer De La Torre. Those two have been going at it. Go back to Nobby. For Druaya against Justin Guevara. Balik kay Nobby. Pinapalabas on the elevator play was Jamil Ortuste. Leaner is good.
Even with the lead this big, Muntinlupa still executing their plays. Still being very patient in offense. And that is a mark of a good team.
Yes, you play it right until the very end. We talked about the same thing with the likes of Coach Cholo Villanueva in Batangas. You might argue with Coach Boyd Fernandez, Coach Elvis Tolentino sa Pasig in Marikina. I'm sure we're missing out on a lot of coaches in this conversation. 76-56. Ball out of bounds. Natamaan si Gilmer De La Torre. Lucero will just go full speed at you.
You see even shouting at his bench asking for anong play tatawagin.
Ayun.
There he is.
Backdoor cut. Good rejection by Bulacan. That's courtesy of Matthew Begiga. On the other end, he scores. Basket and one. Ay. As we take a look at this shot by Begiga, I'd like to say sorry to Sir Ivan Tracy. Brother, I'm so sorry. Pero ngayon, babatiin na natin ang mga kagawad kasama or ang mga kagawad ni Aya Saicon, Brother Casey Tubong Marilao ni Tubong Marilao si Attorney Jem at Tubong Alabang si Aya Saicon. Yan. Bye. Sorry for misunderstanding your message, Boss Ivan. But thank you for that information. So siya po, kasama ng production team natin, nag-clarify sa atin about the situation of the Pink Titas for tonight's event. Titos and Titas, by the way. 76-58. Ooh! Great effort by JP Sarao.
Oh, you like this effort. Even with an 18-point lead with less than a minute to go, still diving after loose ball.
Fourth foul on JP Sarao. Free throws para kay Gilmer De La Torre. 76-58. 41 seconds. First one is no good. Free throw shooting. 8 out of 18 for Bulacan. That doesn't help at all. You know, if they made a ton of those shots, this would have been a ball game.
Oh.
Muntinlupa crossing with that basketball. 32 seconds remaining here. Again, the next 3 games of these two teams will be very interesting as we get to see a basket courtesy of Kevin Buenaflor.
To the delight of the Pink Titas.
Yes. Next 3 games, as I was talking about, Sarangani, at Bacoor, and at Pasig for the Muntinlupa Cagers. Jera Flores and company will go back home to face Zamboanga and Pampanga. It's not the easiest schedule for them, folks. After that, they go to the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center to face the San Juan Knights. We congratulate the Muntinlupa Cagers for getting their 3rd straight victory. They move up to 9 wins and 6 losses. 6-10 naman sa kabila, and 6 straight losses for the Bulacan Kuyas. What impressed you the most about the game of Muntinlupa in this matchup?
The execution of Muntinlupa impressed me in this game. They were very patient throughout the game. Even if they had a big lead, they made sure to execute, move that ball around. And of course, that first quarter surge was led by Valacuna. 15 points in this game, but 13 of that 15 came from the first.
That's basically the difference in this ball game. Oh. This player of the game is brought to you by OKBet, the official partner of the MPBL. With OKBet, together we win. First quarter pa lang, siya na yung best player. Si Valacuna. First quarter pa lang, nakaready na yung tanong ni Sheila Salaysay. para kay Val Acuña. Sheila, go ahead.
Yes, maraming salamat, Migs. Congratulations, Val Acuña. Siya ang ating best player of the game. Val, this is your third game sa pagbabalik mo sa MPBL. Ito yung pinakamaraming quality playing time para sa'yo. Pero ano ba yung pinaka-na-miss mo sa pagbabalik mo?
Siyempre, nakakamiss maglaro sa MPBL, di ba? Tapos, napifeel ko pa rin yung parang, yung simula noon, yung dati pa rin. Ganun pa rin yung feeling yung maglaro sa MPBL. Sobrang saya ko nakabalik ulit ako dito sa MPBL.
Ayan, at syempre, meron ka ba mga pasasalamat at babatiin?
Binabati ko syempre yung asawa ko na lagi sumusuporta sa akin, yung baby ko si Zion, sa family ko, sa mama at papa ko, sa mga kapatid ko, sa kay Tita Teng, kay Tito Popoy, at sa mga sumusuporta sa amin, sa taga Muntinlupa, tsaka yung mga kaibigan ko po dati sa Batangas City, syempre, hindi ko nakakalimutan sila Marvin, sila Ate Alma, tsaka yung ninong po, Ninong Charmil, Ninong Jerry, Boss Oman, maraming salamat po sa suporta nyo. Tsaka sa lahat ng boss po namin sa Muntinlupa, Boss Kai, salamat po.
Maraming salamat. Congratulations once again, Val Acuña, our best player of the game. Mga galing sa Muntinlupa Cagers, and this is brought to you by OKBet, the official partner of the MPBL. With OKBet, together we win. This wraps up our Friday triple header. Mix and Nico.
Thank you, Sheila. Welcome back to the MPBL. Val Acuña, after being scoreless in the previous outing, he is back to being a best player dito sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. Tomorrow, the MPBL will go back up north for Iloilo and Bacolod, Rizal versus Zamboanga and the Bataan Risers defending their home court against the Imos SV squad. Thank you so much for joining us, folks. This has been another wonderful day for our beloved league. In behalf of Sheila Salaysay and Nico Salva, my name is Mix Gomez. At ito po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.
Buong barangay ay suportado, kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo.